Zee-Learn, it's been an extremely active stock ever since it listed, and they reported their numbers as well yesterday. Sumit Mehta joins in to talk about that. Hi Sumit, morning. Can you start off by explaining why there's been a slippage in the margin performance this quarter and where you expect to hold margins at going into FY12?
Hi, good morning. The education business is difficult to track quarter on quarter. We basically manage our business on an academic year basis. And the reality is that in the school business, the January to June period is a critical period because most of the admissions typically happen in that period. So what happens is that a lot of the low margin revenue gets booked in this period, and the high margin revenue, which is the fee, kind of gets booked over the year. So I think there is going to be a learning curve in how even the market understands how to kind of track the education business. We did not see a real operating performance slippage in the quarter. It's just the way the revenues are booked.
You finished this year with about 44-45 crores in terms of revenues. How much do you think you can grow that by in FY12, and what do you think that will translate into in terms of an earnings per share for your company then?
See, we are putting the building blocks for growth in this company. Zee-Learn was primarily a preschool play. We've also added the K-12 segment, and in both divisions, we are helping managing and running schools. Plus, we are also providing solutions to existing schools. So my sense is these new growth drivers are going to accelerate the growth for this company. We don't intend to be a 40-50 crore company in the next year. We are a big company in the making, and we are putting those building blocks together. I would not be able to give you an exact EPS guidance for the next year. However, I think the thing to keep in mind is that Zee-Learn as an education play is going to be a long-term play. So in the immediate future, we are looking at putting the building blocks for growth and making the investments in the right areas versus really looking at immediate profits, because the numbers and the profits are going to come over the long term. A typical school will hit full capacity in 7 to 8 years. So we have to take a long-term horizon for the education business.
Sumit, hi. Just coming back to my colleague's question, what kind of a growth can you envisage on this base of 44 crores that you're sitting? I understand that you can't give us an EPS guidance, but given the way, the trajectory that many of your segments are seeing, what kind of a ballpark percentage growth are you expecting to see on your revenue?
See, this year on a revenue basis, I think we delivered about 38-40% growth. So we would aim to up this, by at least a multiple of 1.5 to 2x, because should be in the next 2 to 3 years. What we are looking at is to be a triple-digit top-line business in the 200 crore revenue target, and the next year and the year after that are going to be building blocks towards reaching that target.
And where will the incremental chunk of the revenue growth come from? Will it come from the K-12 school segment, or is there anything else like the animation training and school solutions that you're looking for a bigger contribution?
See, what we are trying to do at Zee-Learn is basically trying to have like a three-legged stool of growth. Our franchise business, which is the preschool and the school business, is a proven model. So I think that will continue to deliver a good 30-35% growth year on year. What we've additionally done is added some new growth drivers like the school solution business through our partnership with Gakken. I expect that to be a top line driver for us over the next 2-3 years, because we are seeing very robust demand on the school solution business. Our animation business again is part of the franchise network, so it will deliver the 30-35% growth I talked about. Another area of interest that is opening up is the government-public-private partnership. Now we are in the initial stages and we are exploring different projects, and by definition these projects are going to be lumpy and unpredictable. However, there is a huge potential, and from a policy standpoint things are opening up, and we are participating in those discussions. So I sense that will also be another growth driver. So government public-private partnership, school solutions, and our existing franchise network. These are going to be the three legs of our growth stool that we are trying to create at Zee-Learn.
Will you require any fresh fundraising for all these plans, Sumit? Are you sufficiently capitalized with whatever you raised from the IPO?
Just to correct, it wasn't really an IPO because it was a demerger from Zee Entertainment. That being said, most of our business is not very capital intensive. The franchise business is asset light. Even the school solution business requires some working capital, but I'm sure we can manage that through internal accruals. So in the immediate future, we're not really looking at any fresh capital infusion.
Thanks, Sumit, for joining in. That's Zee Learn, stock up 3%. It's been moving higher since we started the conversation. Stock has been pretty active ever since it demerged.